We wanted to change our stereo radio, so essentially what we've had to do is we've had to take off the entire top dash. So to do so, what we've had to do is, first thing is we need to remove the vents on the side where you get your air. So there are 2 hooks on the side that you need to push. So you'll get a contraption to put on both sides, and then that will slot out. Once that's slotted out, on the inside here there is a screw that needs opening. Once that screw is open, there is 2 other screws at the bottom side, and this will pull out. And then you'll do the same on the passenger side. Once you've done that, on top of our dash here there will be 8 screws. Essentially they'll be cornered. You will take off them screws. Once you've taken off those, then essentially this, it will pull forward and pull out. Once you've taken that off, this is what you're left with then. From here then, what you need to do, this will essentially be back here. Once this is back here, you will need to take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. Once those 6 screws are loosened, this will come out. When this comes out, as you can see, the entirety of it. We had taken off then our original receiver module from Land Rover because it's basically outdated now. It's not in production anymore. We've taken that out and placed our own in. To do so, what we've had to do is, once we've removed that, we've had to go to the box at the back. So if you go to the back of the car, on the left hand side is the actual brain box. So what we've done is, the amplifier settings was there. We've taken the old wires out and we've stuck in our new receiver, and from there we have run the wires alongside the back of the car, on top of the door. Well, actually no, we went down the side of the seat. Down the side of the seat, we've loosened the 2 screws on our front seats. We're all moving forward and backwards so we can hide the wires down the side. From there then, we've run it up the side and we've come up to here. If you can see the 4 or 5 wires on the side there, those are our speaker wires that we fed through there with a fish hook. From there then, we've managed to lead it essentially up to here, which is then where you get these. Now the next thing we did was we essentially wanted to make sure all of our powers were working fine. So our speakers were working fine, all of our powers were as well, but we didn't have no ignition power. Now you do need an ignition power as well to actually spark your charge. So what we had to do was we had to connect a converter. Now the converter that we connected is inside the fuse box. If I just pull the fuse box down, this is the converter that we'd popped in. Now what we've essentially done is fed our ignition wire through there, popped a few, found an empty slot, and then what you need to do is you need to connect the power on your fuse to the ignition strand inside. So once you have done that, you will place that inside. From there then, we've fed the wire down the side through here with a fish hook, and then we managed to pull our wire out through here, which is then where we get this, our ignition wire. And that is essentially how you will connect up a new stereo, a new radio on a Land Rover from scratch. And then what we will do now is essentially, once you've tested it, you'll just pop it all back together, and that, my friends, is how you would do that.